Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin and Tony Harvin Network. We're broadcasting live from two YouTube channels right now. So once again, if you see me commenting on a comment and you don't see it in the chat room on that channel, that's because it's coming from the other channel, which I can see both chat rooms at one time and comment to both chat rooms at one time. Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church at all. You know, this is a basic YouTube channel with basic content at the end of the day. You know, we're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or nothing like that. So somebody brought me this story last week. They sent me a link about this woman, Carlee Russell. Now, I've been was going to do this story or whatever the case may be, but of course, we got a lot of things we had to do on these channels and whatnot. So I couldn't come around to it. I was going to do it yesterday, but I got caught up and stuff like that. So we're here to talk about it today. So to my understanding, this lady, Carlee Russell, 25 years of age, from Alabama, I believe she was coming home from work or going to work or whatever the case may be. And she stated that she saw a toddler baby on the highway and whatnot, and I guess had a kind sharing of her heart to see what was the situation going on in reference to a toddler on the highway. Now, of course, that raises a lot of questions, a lot of flags and whatnot. Now, what is a baby doing on the highway and whatnot? So now she came home a couple of days ago, and, you know, it raised a lot of questions among people and among law enforcement and things like that. So that's what we're here to talk about. I know somebody asked me the question, what did I think about the situation with her? And I answered it briefly. So now we're here to talk about it in whole in this video. What up to Laura Logan? What up? What up? What up? What's up to Andrew Jackson? That's the Andrew Jackson right there. Somebody else had your name earlier. You know, somebody with the same exact name was named Andrew Jackson. And we some of us got kind of confused. What up, C Mac? Hope all is well. Pebble says, I must be running behind. Hi, what's up? How you doing? I just started this live on both channels and things like that. So Carlee Russell, we're gonna take a look at the story right quick. I'm gonna share the screen. So in case people, you know, are new to the story. So I'm gonna just put up let me see. We're gonna start with this article. This is from forgive me my internet. Forgive me my internet is bugging out. All right, we're gonna go to this one right here. Excuse me. Let me know if y'all can see that on the screen. So this is the parents of Carlee Russell giving a statement in reference to that situation. It says she definitely fought for her life. Carlee Russell parents believe she was abducted. So here's a story out of Howard, Alabama. Stated that Carlee Russell fought mentally and physically for her life, and police are still searching for her abductor, according to her parents in an exclusive interview. Now, she went missing Thursday night last Thursday, reporting a toddler along I-49 in Hoover and returned home on foot Saturday night. Now, we're gonna look up. I'm not trying to be a detective or nothing like that, but we're just talking about this situation. I'm gonna try to search for I-459 in Alabama, how it looks. Is it similar to 85 up here in Carolina on 95 in Jersey. So we're just gonna look at some mapping of it, because I don't know how I look. Somebody asked me that question, what would I do? And things like that. So let me see. But just to continue the story, that's basically what happened to her. Carlee Russell, she stated that she saw a toddler on I-49, on I-459, a highway last Thursday, and returned home on foot Saturday night. Her parents believe she was abducted. All right, so we're gonna go to the how the highway look. What's up to Claire? Hope all is well. What up? What up to Patricia? Appreciate that, Claire. So we're gonna show how the highway look right quick. I want to see how this highway look. Here it go right here. So this highway, it looks like a normal highway, like 85, here in North Carolina, 95 in Jersey, a bunch of woods, a bunch of trees and whatnot. Claire, you stated that you said you posted a video of her to get the word out of my social media when it happened. They said she was our sister in Christ. I would have posted it anyways, but just saying. So you stating that Carlee Russell is a woman that's striving for God and holiness. Is that what you're stating? At Claire, let me know. All right, let me know if that's what you're trying to say. All right. So it looks like a basic highway and whatnot. I remember being asked what would I do. I think it was Sister Davis who asked me that. Would I have pulled over if I saw a baby on the highway? You know what I mean? And I said no. If it's a major highway like that, and me driving trucks and whatnot, and and being like being street smart and stuff like that, it raises questions like what how can a baby get on a highway? And there's no cars parked nowhere. You understand? No cars parked nowhere. And I know I deliver also to residential areas, right? Now sometimes houses could be all the way in the woods that a lot of people don't know about. You understand that? So delivering products to residential areas, all right, whereas though you may not even know, because it could be on the other side. But if you travel all the way up, take an exit, then go back all the way down, and then you got to travel all the way in the woods, probably a half a mile or a mile in. People have houses, especially in the South, like that. Now, I'm not stating that happened or cannot happen, but it's like, how does a baby get to a highway, right, and not even go on the road? You understand that? All right. So we're gonna get back into it. C Mike says, "Hey Claire, I was following really closely too, especially because of the reported reaction to checking on a child. Like I said, me personally, if I'm doing, listen, them highways, the posted speed could be 70 tops. You understand that? With the law enforcement maybe giving you a leeway of extra 5 to 10 miles. So sometimes you do 80. You understand? So if you're driving 70, right, and you see a baby on the side of the road or whatever, I'm not pulling over, man. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not pulling over. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people use tactics and ways to set people up at the end of the day. For sure. You know what I mean? I don't care if somebody is pulled over and they missing a tire. I don't care about that, because people could set you up all types of ways. All types of ways. You know what I mean? And if it's a car broke down, listen, it's AAA out there. Sometimes the highways got their own, maintenance people and things like that to help out individuals whose vehicles break down, like the turnpike. If you break down on the New Jersey Turnpike, AAA don't go on a turnpike. You know what I mean? Whoever you dealing with your insurance, they can't go on the turnpike. You know, the turnpike has its own, and you have to use them when you break down on the turnpike. All right. You said you would call the police, Cynthia Davenport. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Call the police. Keep it moving. Listen, I don't know if you could pull over, but if you got Bluetooth on your car, yes, call the police. Document where it was at, XYZ, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Keep it moving. Andrew Jackson says, you're right. That reads a red flag. Claire says, up here in Washington, it's like that too. He says, haven't heard anything more about the child. They're implying it may have never been a child there. Well, let me see. The New York Post. The New York Post wrote this. It says, no evidence of Tyler on highway when Carlee Russell mysteriously vanished. No evidence at all. That raises another red flag. You know, because you got to understand, these guys got cameras around. They got dogs around, sniffing dogs and XYZ. They got all this technology and stuff like that. And, and they really going to get to the bottom of this. Now, if she falsified that just to look for attention, or maybe she did see it. You know what I mean? Maybe. Maybe. All right. Let me see. But if a person sees a baby on the road, most likely a woman, no disrespect, you know what I mean? Some people know the vulnerability of women, and a lot of those creeps out there, they know how to plot and do things just to try to lure certain individuals in. You know what I mean? Finally, aware of you. You said she's another liar too. Well, it's kind of like, it's like stuff is not really adding up at the end of the day. How could you get kidnapped on a highway, right? And you fighting for your life, and then you return on foot. It's so hard to believe. Is it possible? Yes. It could be possible. You know what I'm saying? It could be. But it's just some discrepancies, right? Pebble says, who at Alabama Police Department says there's no evidence of a Tyler walking down the interstate surveillance video. There you have it. Like I just mentioned, listen, being a truck driver and stuff like that, they have cameras all over the place. You may think it's not cameras there, but there's cameras out there. You understand? There's cameras out there and things like that. So if it's clear on video that they don't see no babies out there, what did this woman see? Is this woman lying? You understand? All right. C-Max says, I've heard of some cab drivers getting robbed that way. Young woman with a baby standing by, then guys ran out and robbed him. Wow. That's crazy. Final Wave, you said there was another woman who did this a few years back. She wanted to be with another man and fake her own kidnapping. I will get her name and post it. Like who does that? Who fakes a kidnapping? You're looking for that much of attention. Now you mentioned that somebody did that because she wanted to be with other men or another man. Either way is like you have to spark up that type of attention just to get a man. Really, really. But some people would do some crazy stuff just to be with somebody. Listen, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious to be with somebody. If somebody don't want to be with you, hey, keep it moving. I'm not going to sit here and sob and cry and figure out tactics, you know what I mean, of the lowest of the low just because I want to be with somebody. No way. I could care less. If a woman is not interested in me or does not want to be with me, listen, you'll be hurt for a couple of days. Get over it. You understand? Get over it. It ain't that serious. I don't care how good she look. I don't care how good she smell, how good she could cook, how good she lay it down. Let's keep it real. It ain't that serious at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and conjure up certain things just to try to get her back or have people feel sorry for me or because I'm hurt. I'm on my Facebook the other day. This guy crying over, you know what I mean? I guess because his girl don't want to be with him or whatever. Get over it. Stop spilling out your emotions on social media because somebody don't want to be with you. Who cares? Nobody don't care about that. At the end of the day, they may say, "Oh, everything's gonna be all right." Yeah, get over it. Simple as simple as that. Get over it. I'm not saying don't care, but don't sit here and let somebody put you down like that emotionally, mentally, where as though you got to do foolish stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some people, well, forgive me, women. Some women beat themselves and say that the man did it. You know what I mean? Because they hurt or the man don't want to be with them, or vice versa, and things like that. Simple as that. Get over it. All right. C Max says someone reported seeing a man by her car supposedly after the abduction. Wow. Gladys, what up? What up? What up? Dream, what up? Jen Juice, what up? What up? What up? Blessed Mother, what up? He says in the video there's no sign of a child seeking money and attention. Money and attention. Oh man, some people are attention. I ain't even gonna say the word. Attention thoughts. Not just women, not just men. I'm not saying me personally, like I said, we're just talking about it. I'm just saying if it went this way or if it went that way. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that, Jen Juice. I sure was. I was thinking about that earlier. You says Tawana Bradley, throwback case. We're gonna look her up right quick. Tawana Bradley. Let's see if we can find her. All right. It's not really coming up. Let's try another one. Kidnapping case. Rape allegations. Are you talking about back in 2013 at Dream? Let me know. Me too. They said Lily of the Valley just watched the press conference. She lied. So she lied. Wow. They stated that she lied at the press conference. You know? So listen, she brought that on herself. You know what I mean? And man, that's crazy, man. They said she lied, man. Wow. Oh man. Lily of the Valley. It says they looked and searched her history. She was searching about Amber Alerts. Wow. He says, you're going to see that new movie? I never heard of it. I don't really watch TV to hear about stuff like that. What is it about? Yep. He says she lied and is refusing to give more details. That's why the case is still on hold. Pebble says police also said after leaving the colony Thursday, she went to Target's on Highway 280 and purchased snack food that wasn't found on the side of Interstate 459. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, if what the police are saying, which is coming to a halt, it seems, about the whole case, that she lied, it's sad that somebody would do that just for attention. Like, what's the whole purpose of lying? I guess just for attention. Listen, attention ain't all that. You know what I mean? What's the purpose? Some people crave attention. You know what I mean? For what reason? I don't know, man. I don't know. Dream says prior to that happened in the 1980s, Al Sharpton was her spokesperson. Al Sharpton. Lily of the Valley says, why would you put your parents through that stress? And the parents, listen, believe that she was, kidnapped and fought for her life. Listen, it just raises red flags, man. It really does. You know what I mean? I mean, what did you do? Is there a hotel nearby? Is it a motel nearby? An Airbnb nearby where as though you could pull that stunt off? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Or did somebody pick her up? Blessed Mother said there should be criminal charges filed against her for wasting everyone's time and feelings of people that are actually going through this. Totally unacceptable. Wow. Criminal charges on her. Wow. You said, is she married? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't know if a married woman would pull off a stunt like that. You know what I mean? If she happily married, she'll be happily to go rush home to her husband to get all snuggled and cuddled up instead of wasting people's time and stuff like that. So I don't know. Miss Magic says, I don't live far from that area, and there's a big interchange a couple of miles before that spot. That's crazy. He says a lot of resources were used to help find her. Wow. That's crazy, man. Somebody would lie about being kidnapped. That's crazy. But I can understand the type of world we're living in today, where as though people will do anything for attention. They would do anything for clout. You understand? They doing these challenges. They're doing anything for attention. You know? All right. Pebble says, then put her mother, father, pledging safety. If the parents was in on it, they all will be in big trouble. That's a good one right there. If the parents were in on it, what type of attention or things they looking to gain if they're going to try to pull off a stunt like this for attention, for news attention, news coverage and whatnot? I wouldn't waste my time at all. I wouldn't waste my time because, like somebody said, you're wasting people's time. You're wasting authorities' hours, whereas though they could be focusing on more serious situations out here. You know what I'm saying? People who are really kidnapped, people who really went missing. You're wasting people's time. You know what I mean? You said 15 minutes of fame. 15 minutes of shame, I would say. You said it's a war movie about the creation of the atomic bomb. Oh, that sound pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Narrow, you said Melvin from the Players Club wasn't there. This time he wasn't there hiding in dark. Who's Melvin? What are you talking about? Melvin. Who that? Who's Melvin from the Players Club? What is that? So I just saw a video of her pulling off the side of the road, pulling off to the side of the road, and there was a lot of traffic going by. Strange that no one else saw the imaginary child or stopped to help her. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Miss Maddie said, I mentioned the interchange because it's very funny. They choose that spot because 459 is surrounded with businesses for days. You said Lily of the Valley said she said she got thrown in the back of an 18-wheeler, but she gave bad details on the people in the 18-wheeler. The story is almost laughable. She said the man had orange hair and a bald spot in the back. That 18-wheeler, a truck driver. Now let's break this down. To all my truck drivers out there. Now, if it's a company truck driver, most likely is cameras in the truck and cameras on the back of the truck. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Companies have GPSs on the trucks also. You know what I mean? Now, if it's owner operated and whatnot and things like that, why would anybody waste their time? Although some truck drivers, they go to them lot, they go to them lot lizards. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I don't think no truck driver is going to waste their time. You understand that? To post on a highway, except if they go over the driving limit of the DOT hours, right? And they have no choice but to pull over and go to sleep. You understand? No truck driver is going to waste his time to pull over and plot on a woman at all. You know what I mean? Not saying it's a good thing, but them truck drivers go to like rest areas for lot lizards and whatnot, versus wasting their time to do something like that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that right there that just don't sound right at all. Blessed Mother says, with all this technology, she should have known she would be found. IMO, the parents are in on it. They are acting fishy on the news. Sweetness says, the truth will eventually come out. And then you sitting up there looking stupid. So it is really worth it. Is it really worth it? Question mark. I guess you meant. There was a press conference and they mentioned about her doing a Google search on the movie Taken. Oh man, listen. Like somebody said, technology, man. These folks know. They get all the details in your phone, where you search, what Facebook pages you got, who you called. Even if you delete it from your search engine, they still could find it. You understand? I don't understand these people these days. I really don't understand. You says, why would the parents be in on it? She may wanted attention from her parents. He says, maybe she was just high tripping. Oh, man. He says she was probably trying to reenact the movie Taken 1, 2, and 3. Epic fail on her part. Lily of the Valley says someone, would have noticed an 18-wheeler parked on the side of a busy highway sitting. She had 49 hours to come up with a better story. Well, sometimes, 18-wheelers could be on the side of the road and things like that. Maybe a state trooper, put them out of service, or maybe they just need some rest, or it's a breakdown. And if an 18-wheeler is on a road, in most cases, there will be reflective triangles out there in the back. So when you see the reflective triangles in the back of a truck and things like that, just for safety precautions and whatnot and things like that, for sure. All right. Mr. Grant says, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that answer at DJ. Gladys says this is different from the men from the Titanic story. They found her, right? Oh man. Now that Titanic story was crazy. They spent $500,000, you know what I'm saying, to die. That's crazy. I wouldn't dare to go in something like that for $500,000. And the sad part is if Ocean Gate gets back up and running, you'll still see some people wanting to go see the Titanic. Guarantee you. He says, I can't believe I prayed for this lying fool. So when somebody asked me that question the other day, I said, no. You understand? I'm not pulling over for no baby at all on a highway. No. You know what I mean? Because people will set you up, or the story could be falsified, just like how this one is, for sure. You said they also raised a lot of money in those 40, in those 48 hours, and I hope that they make them give it all back and find them. You know what? That's a good point right there. Money. Somebody brought that up earlier, but I didn't think of this. People raising money. Yeah, they might have to get all that back, for sure. They might have to. C-Max says this is even more disturbing because a lot of people were speaking very well of this woman. Well, guess what? I wonder what they're going to say now. Oh, everybody make mistakes. God forgives. They're going to start giving this nice talk and all that. But guess what? She still was a liar. She still needs to get checked psychologically if she pulled over a stunt like that. For sure. You know what I mean? Listen, this is going to follow her for the rest of her life. Even if she do get right, this is going to follow her. You understand? This is definitely going to follow her. So was there a baby or not? You asked, was there a baby or not? And here's your answer right here. Here's your answer right here, if you can see it. That's your answer right there. You understand? We put that up earlier. And I hope that answers you, Michael Edmonds II. All right. Grant says a lot of people do things for money because others got away with it, so they think they can also. True. Miss Matter said, you better believe changes will be made on how they handle these reports. They're about to make an example out of her. Jenju says you're right about not stopping to help someone change a flat tire. I agree with you because of mess like this. And it is not that I don't have a care for people and things like that and whatnot. I'm just not like that. You just got to be smart at the end of the day. Now, let's just say I got a flat tire and whatnot. And I have had a blown tire one day. And I think I was riding in Pennsylvania in my personal car long time ago. And the tire exploded. You understand? Listen, I'm not looking for no sympathy for nobody. Listen, leave me alone. I got this. Get on the phone, call. Well, that was Pennsylvania, so they had their own people. They had their own people, whereas though they come out, I put a donut or change a tire, whatever the case may be. And they did it for free that day. They did it for free. Did they do it for free? I'm trying to think. It was a while ago. You understand? My Kia Optima, 2015, when they had the recall on them with the engine. I didn't know. The engine just shut down right on the turnpike. right on the entrance of the turnpike. Listen, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Get on the horn and you call whoever. Listen, come get this car, take it to Pep Boys or Firestone. Let's get this thing assessed. You know what I mean? I don't need no help from nobody. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? That's just me at the end of the day. Because I don't know the intentions of people, especially if you are in a vulnerable situation like that. All right. There's been plenty of situations where though I had with my car. You said see the name in the chat, Tony. What name? What name? Andrew Jackson says, I wonder if they was trying to get money out of this. He says maybe she was trying to get attention from her boyfriend. As we mentioned earlier, some people do silly things just to get attention from somebody who they like or who they, courting or whatever the case may be. I mean, it ain't that serious, man. It ain't that serious. Some people, threaten to jump off a bridge if the person leave them. Man, it ain't that serious, man. I can care less. If a person wants to leave, you understand? They don't want to try to, build something to a marriage, and you just in that stage of, I don't know, a relationship to build to a marriage, whatever the case may be. Goodbye. You understand? Goodbye. We could have a couple of conversations about working things out, but if that don't work, I'm not gonna sit here and stress and depress myself out. Man, I really want to be with her. I'm going to do something crazy to get her attention. No way. No way. If it don't work out, guess what? It don't work out. You know what I mean? Okay. He says, I'm glad you can talk about it. Absolutely. Dream says AAA. For sure. Finally, way of view says the lady who staged her own kidnapping, Sherry Pompey. Let me look that up right quick. And they got it up here right now. Let's just go to it right quick, right fast, and we can look it up together. Let me know if y'all can see that on the screen. Sherry Pappy, whatever. So Sherry Pappy is an American woman known to have disappeared in November 2nd, 2016, reportedly while jogging a mile from her home in Redding, California. She was 34 years of age at the time. She reappeared 3 weeks later on Thanksgiving Day. She reported being freed by the captors at 4:30 a.m., still wearing restraints. Yo, this is crazy. It says this was last year. She was arrested on charges on making false statements. Wow. False statements. Wow, okay. And let's see. She was charged with mail fraud and received over $30,000. Okay, I see. She received 30 grand from the California Victim Compensation Board. Oh, wow. She was sentenced. Oh, she was sentenced in September last year to 18 months in prison. So she's in prison right now still, and fined $300,000. Wow. Oh man, this is crazy. So she in prison right now. Wow, that's crazy right there. That is crazy. Jen Juice, you says nobody found her. She turned up home. The kidnappers were herself and her lover. She was with for 2 days. He said her Google search were, do you have to pay for Amber Alerts? He said, do you have to pay for Amber Alerts? You could tell she dumb. You could tell she's stupid. You know what I mean? Common sense would say, listen, an Amber Alert goes out when you report it to the police. You know what I mean? And they send it to, the company providers or whatever the case may be. And it sends out to a lot of people. I get them. I don't understand why would somebody plot for that. C-Max says, I saw a news thing saying Carla's family isn't going to return the money. Yo, this is a funny situation. This is a funny story. This is a funny story. I'm glad I did it today versus the other days before. Patricia says cases like this makes the good suffer for the bad. Yep. Narrow says, so you're saying you aren't supposed to off yourself if you lose a 20-year relationship over a cheating spouse? How do you get the person out of your head? What do you do? I'm different. You understand? I'm different when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I mean? 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, if I'm still living, Lord willing, I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and think about anything foolish if something doesn't work out. Of course, you pray for, Lord, please help this thing work out, X, Y, Z. You have conversation. You may get counseling from godly people and things like that. But if it don't work out, listen, I'm not going to stress myself over nobody. You know what I'm saying? Life is more important than worrying about somebody else. You understand? Life is too short. You know what I mean? You got to work out your own soul salvation. That's what I'm concerned about at the end of the day. That's most importantly over stressing yourself out over somebody. Over somebody, you're in your room looking at the ceiling. You're looking at the ground. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there looking at pictures, reminiscing. I don't got time for all that. I just don't. I just don't, man. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. People have off themselves, commit suicide over a person. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That ain't me. You said you go to God. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you can't handle the pressures, you're right about that. Everybody's different. Everybody can't. Very few people can handle stuff like that, a breakup or a separation or something like that. I'm not going to dwell on anybody at the end of the day. You understand? Of course, like I said, of course, you try to work it out, but if it don't work out, it ain't happening. I'm not stressing myself out over nobody. That's not happening. You understand? So if anybody's looking for Tony Harvin to sob over them and stuff like that, it ain't happening. It's not. It's not happening at all. I'm not gonna stand by no bridge. I'm gonna jump. If she ain't gonna be with me, I'm gonna jump. No, I ain't. You understand? I'm gonna go out. You do things to keep it off your mind. Work out, exercise, do things that are therapeutic. Like the person said, go to God also. For sure. That's number one factor right there. All right. Jinju says, word on the street is that she was cheating on her boyfriend with a 17-year-old and used the kidnapping as a cover-up while she was seeing him. He said, word on the street, a 17-year-old. Oh, man, this story just gets funnier and funnier, man. She was cheating on her boyfriend. Man. Listen, she just, listen, all she did, right? All she did was went to Lowe's. She went to Home Depot. She bought a shovel and she started digging her own grave when she conjured up what she did. That's all she doing. She's just digging her own grave because the people are going to bury her over media and over social media. You know what I'm saying? Especially a situation like that. Cheating on her boyfriend with a 17-year-old. Listen, you ain't got to do all that. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm not condoning that at all. You understand? But nobody have to do anything like that to try to cover it up, for sure. Unless the boyfriend found out. You understand? I'm not condoning that at all. Plus, mother said they shouldn't have a choice if they are going to give the money back. It was given to them due to a lie, fines and jail time. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is gone, girl. Black addiction. I don't know what you mean by that. Pebble says, well, they have been playing Monopoly, past going straight to jail. He said, delete myself or another human being. He says, hell hasn't freezing over yet. No. Oh man. Over a man. Over a man and cheating and whatnot and things like that. I mean, this is a messy situation right here. Real messy. For sure. All right. He says, we don't know all the information about this case and story. Well, they just had a press conference. They just had one. There's no evidence of a baby walking on the cameras. What more do you need? what more do you need? You understand? If the cameras is on the highway and they don't see anything of a toddler walking, I mean, what more do you need? You understand? All right. Let me know. Jen says, sorry to change the topic. How did the tasty breakfast you prepared hit? I bet it hit right. Hit the spot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gave me the itis, man. You know? For sure. Listen, I'm still a little sleepy after that meal. You know, after waking up from my nap. Mitchell says, first, Jesse Smollett. Now this, not a good look for the black community. Caller is either a crazy person or a crook. Well, I don't necessarily go by, race or color or anything like that because, a lot of cultures, other races and stuff like that, they have, done silly stuff, in the news and whatnot, or just in general. So I don't look at anybody's color and stuff like that. Is it a bad look? Yeah, it is. Especially if you try to cover up, a situation with a 17-year-old, as somebody mentioned earlier in the chat room, for sure. All right. So let me see if I miss anything. Dream says there are some people that cannot handle rejection. You're right about that. You're right. You understand? My advice to a person, if you cannot handle rejection, if you cannot handle breakup or whatever, you don't need to be with nobody, because you got to prepare your mind for stuff like that. Not saying that you think it's going to happen, but you just never know with people in general. You know what I mean? You just never know with people in general. All right? Come on, man. Let me see. He says, I can't believe this girl did this in 2023. What's wrong with this Generation X? Excuse me, Generation Z, not Generation X. She was a nursing student. That's even more troubling. Had a bright future. A bright future as a nurse, and possibly blew it all. Possibly. You know? Pebble says she got caught in a web of lies. She might have mental health issues. She needs to be in a padded room on some meds. What up, Ernest Beard? What up? Hope all is well. Hope all is well, for sure. I want to go back to that rejection comment. Where's it at? Right here. Rejection. Somebody tell you, listen, I don't want to be with you no more. It's not working, and you could be doing a good job. You could be a good man, you could be a good woman, respectful, do everything right, and a person still may not want to be with you. How you gonna handle that? You're gonna be heartbroken. You're gonna feel like killing yourself and stuff like that. You're gonna pull off situations and stunts like, certain people. Listen, okay, that's respectful. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, why and stop and please let us stay together. And I ain't doing all that, man. I'm not doing that because it's like, for what? They done made up their decision. They done made up their mind, XYZ. If it's meant to be, they'll come back around and they'll be begging you to get back together. You understand? A lot of situations can happen that way also. I'm just not with, nonsense like that. Sobbing over people and whatnot, man. I'm not wasting my time for sure. I'm not wasting my time or anybody being depressed and staying stressed out over a person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, for sure. He says, go into the relationship with love and respect for yourself. Then you can deal with a breakup. For some people, it's hard to let go. They just can't let go of that person mentally. There's some people out here still holding on to somebody, even after 15, 20 years. After 15, 20 years, they still holding on to this person. The other person might be happily married with kids and XYZ. And the other person can see that person, wow, man, I wish that was me. I still love him or her, or whatever the case may be. I still believe we could be together. Why the other person not even thinking about you? They don't have no thought of you because they happily married. And that's their focus on their spouse, 100%. Some people feel as though they're entitled to you. They look at you or feel you as being their property, of them having some type of ownership of you. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You understand? All right. Jen says, pay attention to how long she drove with her hazard lights on. No way she saw the imaginary kid from that far back. It took forever to stop to get to the actual location of an unknown child. Listen, this is a sad situation for sure. Very, very sad. To make up a story, and you still may have some people out there who believe her, and whatnot. Whether she lying and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Her purpose was, it seems, to get attention. And guess what? She got attention, but now she got the wrong attention for sure. Andrew Jackson says, you are 100% right. Absolutely. For sure. Appreciate that. I mean, it took a long time to learn that. Of course, I had to go through some stuff when I was younger. You're dealing with females and whatnot, relationships. Some don't want to be with you. Of course, you get hurt and all right. You have your days when you down and whatnot and miss her. And should I call her? Should I text her? Let me send imagery or emoji with flowers and whatnot, or send some flowers to her job. And you go through that when you're young, in your teenage years or early 20s, and you learn that it's not even worth it. I mean, you could try small things like that, but if that don't work, listen, keep it moving. You understand? Keep it moving. If a woman doesn't want to be with you or vice versa, listen, keep it moving for sure. He says, check her phone records at the end. I think we talked about that, right? Checking people's phones. I think that was last week, one of the conversations. And I mentioned that I'm not that type of person, man. You know what I'm saying? To go check somebody's phone and whatnot, or somebody to check my phone. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't married, don't touch my phone. If we ain't married, don't touch my phone. You understand? You have no rights, you have no access, or have no dealings with what is on my phone. I don't care if it's just one application on here. You know what I mean? That's it. Don't touch it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You says who's debating? I think it got canceled. That's what I had to mention. The debate got canceled. I guess Reginald Young got caught up, whatever. Hey, man, whatever. You understand? So I think it got canceled and it's probably postponed to next Wednesday. You know what I mean? Diane says something wasn't right about it, period. I agree. I definitely agree with that. For sure. Especially, if somebody said that there's a toddler walking the highway. Really? How does a toddler get on the highway? All them woods, all them foxes and deers and coyotes and whatnot, possums, raccoons, snakes and things like that out there, and a toddler walking the highway. Really? You understand? No, and the toddler not walk on the highway strip. Really? That's crazy. What up, Cali boy? What up? What up? What up? Hope all is well. Narrow Road Child says ex-spouses are like intrusive thoughts. The days of traditional monogamy are long gone. People seem to be full of lust, and they just don't give a. We don't usually allow profanity on here, things like that. So I give you a pass on that one for sure. We don't usually allow. But granted that some people don't know, or some people still working on their language and whatnot, and say certain things like whatever the case may be. But when people start giving them hard curses and whatnot, we can't deal with that. See, that's something light. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're talking about. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care. They just care about the power of the poon poon, right? Or the power of the guy's organ, right? His jewels. And that's all they really care about. So you're right about that. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking that. You're absolutely right about that. In these days, it's very little people out there that do things right, for sure. You understand? Diane says, so grateful Pastor Jim Jen is back to preaching the word of God. Wonderful to see him. Dream says, it caught my attention because I actually found a 2-year-old running down the middle of the street. I was returning from lunch. Wow. See, something like that. Yeah, true. But a toddler on the highway, that's tough. That's just tough. Jinju says, remember the boy that cried wolf? What if she was kidnapped for real? Nobody would believe her the next time. You're right. Nobody would. There has to be some hard evidence upon her kidnapping. Hard evidence. You know what I mean? That's why I said earlier, this thing is going to follow her forever. It doesn't matter if she get extra right with God and stuff like that. Social media and the media is going to rip her forever upon this situation. All right. Jay King says, what up? What up? What up? What up? C-Max says, got to run. Another good live. Thanks for posting, Tony. Good afternoon, all. Appreciate that at C-Mac for joining this live. Let me see. Let me get back. Let me see if I missed anything. Forgive me. I'm just going through the comments right quick. So, no evidence of a toddler being found. And the parents don't want to give the money back. Wow. So that just makes me think that maybe they did do it for the money. Maybe they did do it for attention and whatnot and stuff like that. You know what I mean? If people gave it their all for prayers and, really looked out and really felt sorry for this woman at the end of the day, and now she created a hoax. Now how people supposed to feel? How does she think people supposed to feel after this? and things like that. I don't know what made her think that she could get away with something like this and things like that. Like somebody mentioned earlier, she may have mental issues. Listen, there are people in the medical field, whether you're a nursing student, whether you're a police officer, a doctor, lawyer, whatever, in the professional field that have mental issues and things like that. You know what I mean? Appreciate that at Diane. He said, never seen a kidnapper drop you off at your crib. Listen, that's a sad situation right there for sure. Kidnapper dropping you off at your crib. Now, if she was kidnapped and things like that, you're absolutely right about that. And showed up, what was it, 2 days later? You said new age grifters. New age grifters. He said, never seen a kidnapper drop you off at your crib. Now that's weird, man. That's absolutely a weird situation. First, you saw a baby on the highway, you stated. Then the parents, I guess, reported that she was kidnapped and she was fighting for her life. I don't know about that. I don't know. And then they found you researching about Amber Alerts. Something just don't seem right, and things like that. If they found that she lied, of course, she might be looking at some prison time and whatnot, being arrested. At the end of the day, if the parents don't get back the money, I wouldn't be surprised that, they would receive a fine themselves if they don't hand that money back. For sure. How much did they raise? Let's research that. How much did the parents raise? Let me see. I'm gonna look that up right now. All right, we looked it up right now. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. I think I'm not sure. I think a rape kit might have been done. We're gonna look at this money right quick. So they raised over $63,000. It said 63K raised from donors and Carlee Russell case not being refunded. Wow. Not being refunded. She all right looking. She all right. It said Crime Stoppers in Metro Alabama said Monday that over $63,000 in reward money raised to help find Carlee Russell isn't being returned to donors despite her safe return. Wow, that's crazy right there. Now you said something about a rape kit. A rape kit. We're gonna look that up right now too. We're gonna look that up. Carlee Russell rape kit. And then we're gonna knock off. All right. I'm looking it up right now. Nah, it's not up here. I don't see the story upon it. I'm not sure about that one at Jen. Blessed Mother says, too many red flags. I think they should make an example of them so that people won't think of doing it in the future. Too much time and too much money for a hoax. Leah LaValle says she said she wasn't raped, but they touched her and took pictures. She must have been trying to avoid a rape kit. You said, how does a boyfriend know what happened unless he was one of the kidnappers? Andrew Jackson says, that sounds like they really did it for the money. Patricia says, Tyler's parents did well with teaching she to look both ways. No one is looking for a lost toddler. Oh, man, a toddler on the highway. Yeah, that's a crazy situation right there for sure. You know what I mean? So we're gonna end this live. we're gonna end this live. I thank everybody for tuning in to this live as we touched on this story about this female Carlee Russell who claimed she was kidnapped after seeing Natala in Hoover, Alabama, on a highway out there. I believe it was 459 and things like that. And the police had a press conference today, and we just talked about it just a little bit and whatnot. So I thank everybody for coming on for sure. We were supposed, as I said earlier, we were supposed to have a biblical discussion, but it got postponed and whatnot. We're trying to see if something else can happen, but if not, then it is what it is. We could schedule it for next week and whatnot. Be on the lookout for more videos on this YouTube channel, more lives and stuff like that. I do have 2 other YouTube channels, Tony Harvin Network, that we also broadcasting from. I have another YouTube channel, Tony Harvin TV. Nothing but Gino Jennings videos for sure. Am I coming back again? I don't know. I don't know if I'm coming back again. You know what I mean? We'll see, though. We'll see. But I thank everybody for tuning in for sure. I hope everybody have a wonderful day. And Lord willing, we might come back on tonight. If not, then Lord willing, we'll see y'all tomorrow. May you all have a wonderful day. He said, please do. We'll see. We'll see, man. I don't know. You enjoy your day too. Peace at Carlee Boy, Gladys, and everybody else. I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same.